Welcome, geeks and nerds, girls and boys, to a brand new episode of Geek to Me Radio. Tonight, we have con owner Mitch Hallock joining us to talk about my favorite con in the entire United States, Terrificon. We'll have your chance to go check that show out. After that, Chef Liz Schuster from Tenacious Eats joins me to talk about her Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle event. We've got Joey V reviewing Toy Story 5. I'm reviewing Death of Robin Hood and more. Stand by.
We're talking TV, comics and movies, and video games. And if you don't know Star Trek from Star Wars, we'll try to explain. There are 12 doctors for Hogwarts houses, one ring rules them all. To be the greatest Pokemon master, you must catch them all. You must catch them all. Try to catch them all. Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all.
And if you're driving around the greater St. Louis area tonight listening to us on the Big 550 KTRS, hello to all of you. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you're streaming us on YouTube and Facebook, hello to all of those of you watching. That means obviously that Joey V is in studio with me running the video and making the show sound and look as good as it does. If you're hearing us after the fact in the podcast form on whatever platform you get your podcast, we appreciate you finding us there each week. Try to catch us live if you're going to miss stuff like our new trivia segment, which we kick off every show now. Tonight, you get to win a pair of complimentary tickets to go see Disney on Ice at the Chafitz Arena. Your pick of dates. You can go the 25th, the 26th, or the 27th. That's coming up right around the corner here. We just kicked off summer, but it feels like this year is barreling right along. So if you would like a pair of tickets to go see Disney on Ice at the Chafitz Arena, all you have to do is be the first person to correctly text the answer to me. Text lines for KTRS are 84126. I just need 3 characters who were in the movie Aladdin. 3 of the characters from the movie Aladdin. First person to text me that answer at 84126 will get those pair of complimentary passes to go see Disney on Ice at the Chafitz Arena. Your choice of dates, either the 25th, 26th, or 27th of September. We'll keep an eye on the text lines throughout the show for the first person to correctly give me that answer. We'll go right now to the phones. We've got, I always say this, I know I'm not sure how often Mitch hears my show, but anyone who listens to my show knows that I always say, hands down, my favorite convention in the entire country is Terrificon in Uncasville, Connecticut. I go every year. I look forward to it more than I do Christmas time. It's always exciting. We've got Mitch Hallock on the line. Thank you for joining us tonight.
That's all I know. Keep it up.
Well, it's great to have you. Like I said, it's such a fun event, and it seems like just each year somehow you manage to outdo yourself each year. And we were talking off air that I think you're the only. I've been to like 3 conventions that have had Jim Lee. He only does one-day appearances. You got him for 2, which is very impressive.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's got that Hush book that everybody's been waiting for ever. It finally came out, and I've got the writer, Jeff Loeb. I've got his inker that he's had for like 35 years, Mr. Scott Williams. I even have the colorist, Alex Sinclair.
Yes.
And they're all there. So this is a one-time opportunity where all 4 of those comic creators that work together so often are all in the same house. So, yeah, if you're a big DC fan, this is a show you cannot miss.
And if you're a Marvel fan, they can bring their X-Men run, because you also have Chris Claremont and Scott worked with them on that as well for the ink. So yeah, that's a lot of #1 issues getting signed at your event.
Yeah, 35 years ago that book came out. The biggest selling comic book of all time, X-Men #1. What is it, 7 or 9 million? Something insane. Like
they had those 5 variant covers. They had the gatefold one. It was cover E, and then they had obviously the 4 that would join together to make the full cover. And I think, if I remember, it was Wizard World #1. I remember the advertisement. If you flip over on the back of Wizard World #1, it said, in 1990, Marvel Comics broke the record by selling 1 million copies of Spider-Man #1. We were just warming up, and it showed the blue team. And that was like the greatest advertisement ever. And it came true. They did blow that record out of the water.
They did. Yeah. Because, there's a lot. So if a Marvel fan or a DC fan, there's something for everybody, just with Mr. Lee and company over there. But like you said, fear not, there's a lot of other comic creators in that room.
Yeah.
There's, geez, it must be like 100. When I start going down the list, I go, I've got too many people, but they keep coming back and the fans keep coming back. So I'm not going to ever turn anybody away. But it's something else, man. It's something else.
I think one of the greatest perks about having this radio show now for almost 10 years is the fact that I've actually gotten to become friends with a lot of these people, these writers and artists who I grew up reading their stuff, and it kind of makes you emotional. But like, I know people come to your con, and I've talked to them. Paul Kupperberg, D.G. Chichester, Al Milgram, they all want to come back. They're always like, oh, I can't wait to come back to Terrificon. That's got to make you feel very good as a creator and promoter.
Well, yeah, it's easy to make the guest list when they're calling you. When I first started, doing this years ago, I used to be like all the fans. I would go to shows and go up and present my case about what the show was, what it's going to be, where it's going to be, and hope for the best. And then you'd get a lot of like, don't call me, I'll call you, kid. But a lot of folks would, they take the invitation, and then word of mouth, it got throughout the community. So I'd get more and more requests from creators every year. Like, I've heard about your show. My friend went to your show. My fans are telling me I have to go to your show. So it's made my life a lot easier over these last 12 years doing this at Mohegan Sun. So yeah, it's fun that I don't have to chase people around as much as I used to.
But I guess the other edge of that sword is, where do you end up putting them all? Because you fill that space.
No, that is it. When they first presented that 300,000 square foot place to me in 2018, it was brand spanking new, and I thought I'd never be able to fill it. And within a couple of years, we every nook and cranny is filled with a person or an exhibitor or a Batmobile. There's something everywhere. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to say we've outgrown it, but I have to be more creative when it comes to utilization of space.
Yeah,
where I'm putting things, So.
And it's interesting too. We'll come back to some of the comic creators and obviously the media guests, but the vendors you have, I always meet the coolest people. I made friends with the woman who owns the Wonder Woman Museum. And she is brilliant, and she brings that and she travels with it. Now she's got a permanent home for it. But I didn't get the full story. How did you first encounter her?
Well, she's actually from Connecticut. Her grandfather was William Marsden, the creator of Wonder Woman, and her dad was Owen, his son. And he used to come to my shows when I first started. I used to do one-day shows, and she would show up with them. And then, unfortunately, Owen passed away, and that's his daughter. So the granddaughter of the man who created Wonder Woman, she's the one that started Chrissy. And yeah, she's been with me, I think, almost every year since I started doing these shows back in 2012, is it? It's been that way. And she used to just have a booth, and she'd have something in her house, and then they got it bigger and bigger and bigger. And like you said, the collection of Wonder Woman stuff has just expanded, and every time there's a movie or a cartoon, she just keeps adding to it. So yeah, she's the definitive source. It's funny you mentioned that, because I literally saw a feature on her yesterday on CBS television, one of those morning shows, and I did a double take because there she was on the news, and they did a whole like 10-minute spotlight on the history of Wonder Woman, the character, and all the different iterations it's had over the years, the TV, the movie, and the cartoons. And there she was. And they showed the museum. And I go, I know that because it's at my show. So, yeah, she'll be there.
You've got a lot of emphasis on the comic books, too. Obviously, not only creators, but you have, again, from the comic book shows that I've been to, I'd say probably the largest grouping of actual comic book vendors, because a lot of them, they've got, and no shade to whatever you're selling, but you've actually got an emphasis on people who are not just comic books, but Golden Age and Silver Age, some of the really sought after collectibles.
Yeah, no, absolutely, too, because I know what you're saying. I go to many conventions around the country, even over in Europe and stuff, and I know there's been an influx of what we call craftspeople over the years. So you'll go down and what typically used to be an artist alley, which used to be full of writers and artists selling independent comics or classic comics, is now moved on to, again, no offense, stickers, crochet puppets,
right?
Little tiny statues. I don't even know what you want to call it anymore. And there's been a push for that, but I'm very dedicated. When I get the applications in for the vendors, I always write, what will you be selling? And then I screen that. And if it says, comic books, artwork, they get pushed to the top. If they say some other stuff, I put it off to the back burner, and then we go through it and I go, okay, let me go through this and see what we have as a connection. Because again, I know people are there looking for comic books and artwork. That's what they want to see from the vendors. I try to make sure that that's what they're going to get when they buy a ticket. You know, and if they want those other things, that's all well and good. Maybe you can go to the other conventions for that. But when you come to Terrificon, we try to stay true to the comic book world, you know?
And what makes that such a great thing is I know I would get up there. I think it was last year. I thought, sure, I'd packed my power. Again, this is just me being a nerd. Louise Simonson was there, so I got my power pack number 1 out because I was going to have Louise Simonson, and I left it at home. But I was able to go through the comic book vendors that were there. And normally you see, oh, they've got this because the vendors are savvy enough to know who you have at your show, and they're going to bring the right stuff because people are like me are going to be idiots and go off and leave stuff at home.
Yeah. Oh, hey, absolutely. Let me tell you, this is the time my wife tells me it's 5 or 6 weeks out before the show. Start looking through your 20 or 30,000 comics down in the basement and pull out those ones you want signed, because what happens every year is I get caught up doing stuff for the show, go figure. And then the last literally 2 days before the show, I'm up at 3 or 4 in the morning. I'm not kidding you, with a flashlight in my teeth, going through long boxes at 4 in the morning, trying to keep quiet in the basement so no one hears me, looking for that one particular issue to get so-and-so to sign it. And as always would happen, I'll find it the week after the show's over. It always happens. I'm like, oh no, here's that book, you know.
You just have to have them back again next year.
I'll have to bring them back next year. Yeah, exactly.
That's got to be a huge perk too, is because you've got, you know who you want to have signed, who you haven't met yet, and you can reach out to those people and bring them in.
Well, the worst one was when Keanu Reeves 2 years ago showed up at the show, and I got the call on a Tuesday, and he was going to be there that Friday, and I knew I had a foil cover variant of Berserker #1. Oh. And I'm like, I'm going to get him to sign that. And I must have tore this place apart looking for that one issue.
Oh, no.
Could not find it. Sure enough, he comes and goes, and I found it like a month later in a box, and I was like, well, you know, I'll have to ask Keanu to come back just to sign that comic for me. But we'll see. We'll see about that.
Well, I love that story you told, too, about when you were walking with him on that Friday, and my flight would not get there early enough, so I had no chance of meeting him. But you were walking through the casino with him. People were coming up to you and saying, hey, can I get a picture with you? And Keanu was like, oh, you must be very popular.
Yeah. We walked down the aisle, and somebody jumped in front of us and said, can I get a picture? And he started to say, of course. And then they practically gave him the camera to take a picture with me. And he's like, who are you? I'm like, I don't know. Just the guy. But yeah. I don't. Sadly, his band will be in town the week after Terrificon.
Oh.
I don't even want to get there. I got a call that he was coming around, and I checked the dates. And the Saturday after Terrificon, August 13th, I think he'll be back here in the States. So if there was only a chance, people say, why don't you just move the whole show? Well, it's a little hard to do that when you have flights and people have booked hotels and you have 500 vendors and for one guy. But if I could, I would. But it's not going to be logistically possible.
And I would think, especially with Ron Garney having been to your show a couple times now, that'd be the easiest thing to do would be to have a Berserker signing, even if it was one day only, like Jim Lee.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny? You mentioned Ron Garney. Ron Garney is now in a rock band.
Really?
So everybody's getting, Ron's into rock and roll. In fact, he's got a debut concert coming up right around when Terrificon happens. It's going to be here in Connecticut. And we're already buying tickets for it. So, hey, might be a whole new career for Ron Garney. Forget that comic book artist. The new Mick Jagger. So you never know what's going to happen with people.
That's crazy. I had no idea. I wonder if he's out to, would you remember the name of the band?
It's got someone's name in it, so I'll have to look it up. I don't know it off the top of my head, but it's like, Ma Barker's blah 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 or whatever.
Okay,
but
I'll have to Google it. I wonder if they'll come through St. Louis.
You'll all know. All the kids will know the name of that band come the next year when it's winning those Grammy Awards. So
Wow, that's impressive. And for those of you who just might now be joining us, we're talking with Mitch Hallock, the owner of Terrificon. For my money, the best comic con in the country. One of the ones I'm so excited to meet is Brett Bean, because that dork #1 just caught everyone off guard, and it blew up, and now everyone's buying. So good for him, and I'm very impressed that he'll be there, and you'll be able to meet him at the con.
Yeah, Scotty Young, who was here 2 years in a row, mentioned him to me and said, oh, he really would like to come to your show. He's heard a lot about it. I said, okay, sure. So literally the week of Dorks #1 breaking the whatever, the internet, whatever you want to call it, when it came out in the stores, I had a copy of it in my hand at the local comic shop. They only ordered 2 copies. And I picked it up and I go, oh, I know this guy. He's coming to my show. And they were like, what? I said, yeah, I just signed him the other day. He's coming in this August. And I put the book back on the shelf.
Oh, no.
Because I was like, well, I'll get it next time. And then it was gone within that day. And then it was selling for $300 that week.
That's crazy.
I had it in my hand. And so I won't tell Brett that when I see him. He'll be like, what do you mean you put my book back? But it's gone through like multiple printings already.
Yes.
It's like the absolute Batman phenomena. It just keeps, people just can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
So he'll be here. We'll be able to apologize in person for me not picking up that first printing, but it is what it is.
And I know you actually walk the walk. You are a comic book fan. I mean, it's not like you're just like, oh, I have the show and you've got, like we were talking, you've got a bunch of comic books you're reading. When you go for your weekly pull list, do you have, I get these titles, but you go up and say, oh, this one looks good, and you kind of pick up other ones, or do you have a kind of like a set titles that you're just drilling into?
No, I go there every Wednesday. I'm the first one in the store. Literally, when they open the doors at 11 o'clock, I wait in the parking lot. They see me coming. They flip the sign open. I go right in there. I have my pull list because I fill out my, we used to be previews, but now it's like all these, order forms, Marvel, DC, so they get them in there. So I have that. But then I'll look at all the newer stuff that I haven't picked up, and I watch what people buy. And I go, oh, what's that? What's this? And they go, oh, Battle Beast or whatever. Mark Spears has a new book. So I'll go and try different books because I get the buzz from people like, oh, this is going to be the next big deal. So you don't know until you try it yourself. And that's how a lot of the creators I've had at my show, I've just, marketing, listening, opening my ears to people when they come into the comic shop on Wednesday, tell me, you got to get this guy, you got to get that guy or this woman or whatever, because they're going to be the next big thing. And that's how I do my market research. So I don't know what the other shows do when it comes to getting guests, but I literally try to get, the people's choice, whatever they're asking for. So I try to be topical. Yeah.
One of the guests I'm very excited about is Priscilla Presley. That's, I know, incredibly popular. That every time I see her, I think I've only seen her at 2 cons, but her lines are just ridiculous. It's so exciting that she's doing conventions now.
Yeah, it's unusual because, like I say, mostly I'm a comic book show 99% of the time. But deep down, I am a fan of Elvis, the king of rock and roll. And he was a huge comic book fan. I don't know if people know that, but Elvis loved Captain Marvel Jr. In fact, he even modeled a lot of his costumes. You'll see him always wearing that bluish cape type of thing. And his logo was taking care of business, was a little lightning bolt similar to what Captain Marvel, or we call Shazam now, had on his chest. So there's a connection there with Elvis and comics. And when the opportunity presented itself, the booking agent said, oh, I have Miss Presley. I don't know if you'd be interested in her. And I'm like, how could I not be?
Right.
So I just, if she wants to come, she's more than welcome. And she said, absolutely, I'll come down. So it's a bit of a treat. It's not the typical guest we have, but it's literally like rock and roll royalty, It's
yeah,
the prince.
absolutely.
He was the king, so she's got to be the queen. So there you go. I mean,
another one.
Elvis, it's Mrs. Elvis,
I know. I mean, and like I said, I loved her in the Naked Gun movies. Those movies still make me just hysterically laugh, no matter how many times I've watched them. They're just so incredibly funny. There's, Leslie Nielsen's one of the all-time greats.
Oh, yeah. In fact, she actually did some voiceover work. There was a cartoon on Netflix called Agent Elvis, where I think it was Matthew McConaughey did the voice of Elvis. And it was a what-if scenario. Like, what if Elvis was a secret agent saving the world for everybody? And I think she did the voice of Priscilla Presley. Go figure.
Huh.
So she has some even animated work on her resume, too. Who knew?
And speaking of voiceover animated, Dietrich Bader, Batman from Brave and the Bold. I'm so excited about him. And I know he didn't do it in the animated, but he was the live action Tick, Patrick Warburton. I don't know how we haven't had a Batman and Tick crossover yet.
You know what? That's not only that, I found out through the fans that I have the animated Tick coming. Townsend Coleman, I believe.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Townsend. So he's there, but I have him there as part of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle reunion. But then everyone's like, oh, no, he was the voice of the Tick animated.
Yeah.
And now I have the live action Tick. So everyone's like, are you going to make sure they do a duo photo op? Because This is the first time both ticks.
That would be cool.
If you will. I go, I didn't even think of that, but no. Dietrich Bader, I literally started a rewatch of the Brave and Bold Batman show the other night. It's on HBO. They run it. They have the whole series and stuff. Those, I know everyone loves Kevin Conroy, and he was fantastic. God rest his soul. He used to come here a lot. But the second best voice of Batman has to be Dietrich Bader when it comes to animated style, because he made the character his own, and those shows are fantastic. If you're an old fan of DC heroes, the people that were on there, or the characters, I mean, were just great. So
yeah,
looking forward to meeting Dietrich. Jess
went to my local comic book shop this past Wednesday, and he was streaming Brave and the Bold. And really? it was the episode with Green Arrow that J.M. DeMatteis actually wrote the episode. And I said that's one of the things I liked about this, because not only was the cartoon itself such an homage to the 50s and 60s era of comic books, but they had so many of the comic book writers coming in. Gail Simone wrote a couple of episodes. It's just so cool that it was just crafted with such love by people who were in the comics industry for the fans like us who enjoyed that era of comics.
Oh, yeah. There was a great episode I watched the other day where the Spectre and the Phantom Stranger had a bet on what Batman would do or something, and they Joe Chill comes on, and they find out who kills his parents and what Bruce Wayne would do when he finds the killer of his. It was so well done. I know it's animated. I know they were making it for kids,
right?
But there's no way kids like us, the grown-up kids, loved every second of that show. I mean, it was so well done. In 3 seasons. Not a bad one in the mix, you know?
Yeah. And then we had Kevin Conroy actually voiced the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh in one of those episodes too.
That's right.
So it was just, like I said, crafted with such love. It's hard not to. And plus, Dietrich Bader has done so many different projects. When you look at not only the Batman Brave and the Bold, but you see him in, he pops up in Napoleon Dynamite. Obviously, the Drew Carey show.
Napoleon Dynamite, Surf's Up.
Yeah.
Office
Space.
Office Space. Yeah. Then he had a show on for a couple seasons on ABC. American Housewife. He was the dad on that show, I believe. Yeah, he's had a long career. And then as soon as people see him, they go, "Oh, his voice is so distinctive." You know, they go, "He was in Balls of Fury." I'm like, "That's right."
So many. And you've got some people from Buffy. You've got Charisma Carpenter, obviously there. Freddie Stroma, who's from Peacemaker.
Vigilante,
that's my Vigilante, because I love the Marv Wolfman Vigilante. As much as I enjoyed the Cowboy with Nathan Fillion voicing him in Justice League, that Marv Wolfman era Vigilante is still my favorite. And I just got done watching Career Opportunities. You've got Frank Whaley coming, which was exciting to see.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that came out of left field too, because he is a resident here in Connecticut, and I got a call like, "Hey, Frank," and as soon as I said the name, I go, "Wait, I know you. You were in Pulp Fiction, you were in Career Opportunities, and you were in he's like in 300 movies. You're in The Doors," and then suddenly it's like, "Whoa, this guy's been in a lot of movies." And he's like, "Hey, could I come by the show?" And you're like, "Well, yeah, you can come by." Lots of times, I'm fortunate that a lot of the people live here in the States. Like Joe Pantoliano has been here twice. He lives really right down the road from the Mohegan Sun. Charlie Cox, who was the Daredevil, that was here 2 years ago, another Connecticut resident. You know, a lot of them are here in the state, and it's not a very big state. So they just literally drive in, do the show, and they go home that night. So it's a cool place to have a show.
With all the people you have had and that you've got coming this year, I may have asked you this before, but I can't remember. Who's your white whale? Who have you never gotten the chance to bring in that you've desperately wanted to have at the con? And it just can be for schedules not having aligned or not having direct access. Are there a couple people, or one mainly?
Oh, yeah. Well, for comic book wise, it's John Byrne, who I grew up reading his X-Men and then his Fantastic Four, and he literally lives not far from me here in Connecticut, but he's very reluctant to do conventions anymore. But he's got a brand new book coming out called X-Men Elsewhen, and it's like his version of the X-Men. What would have happened if he continued working on that book? I've sent letters. I've asked people that know him if they could ask him, but John Byrne would be a white whale if I could get him at the show. So who knows? You never know what's going to happen. As far as actors go, oh my goodness, there's so many. I would love to have, being a huge Star Wars fan, 50th anniversary, I'd love to have Mark Hamill here one day. But some of these people, as much as I love them, it's a business and they're very pricey and it's hard to come by. People will ask me like, "Why can't you get Robert Downey Jr.?" Because I don't have a couple $1 million to pay Robert Downey Jr.,
right.
You know. So there's that type of thing. But for comic book wise, I mean, there's J. Scott Campbell I love.
Hmm.
Um, Frank Miller, maybe one day I can get Frank to come down. He's not too far from here. Uh, there's so many comic book people. I mean, a lot of them are going away quick too. That's what the sad world is
Yeah.
we live in. It's like they've gotten older, and you got to see these people before they pass on because you just want to get a hold of them just to say thank you. And I tell that to everybody: if you get a chance to come to the show and you see a writer, or an artist, or an actor that you love watching or reading or whatever, make sure you go by and just tell them. You don't have to buy an autograph, you don't have to buy an artwork or book or whatever, but if you just take a second and just give them a thumbs up or thank you very much for all your entertainment,
Yeah.
I really appreciate you. It means a lot to them. It means a lot to yourself because you have that moment like, hey, I got to tell the guy that I used to watch every night after school how much I enjoyed his performance and such because yeah, not everybody, like I said, not everybody's going to be here forever. So get that chance if you have the opportunity to say thanks.
And you've offered me several of those moments. I know you had Paul Souls, the original voice of Spider-Man,
Yep.
there at your con. Joe Giella, I got him to sign my first appearance at Getaway Genius. But you've had those people at your con, which has been, no pun intended, terrific.
No, I mean, and sadly, let's keep Tim Sale, George Perez, Neil Adams. I mean, there's so many people, Peter David. Every time I look, I go, oh, wait. And John Cassidy, a good friend of mine. John's gone now. Young man, 54 years old. You mean, you never know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, this is a celebration of the world of comic books and the people that make them. So, yeah, let's try to get out there and see them when we can and say thanks a lot. And bring more people. I don't want to just keep having a list of dwindling guests every year. Let's get more folks out there.
Well, from what I've been told, the key to getting John Byrne at your con is you have to have William Shatner show up because John Byrne's a Star Trek guy.
That is true. He's a big Star Trek fella, and I do know that a few times he's done conventions, it's only because William Shatner was there. And again, Mr. Shatner, God bless him, 95 years old, I think, 95?
Yeah, I think that's right, 95.
I mean, he's still active. He's doing stuff. So maybe what's the secret? Maybe next year I could somehow get him here.
Maybe.
Shatner. He's everywhere. He's on the box of Raisin Bran cereal. I mean,
He's in outer space. He's going around orbiting the world still, and I hope I'm like that at 96.
He's in space. I mean, my goodness, he's a method actor.
Yeah,
he's only playing a spaceman. And he actually did it in real life too. But no, I've been fortunate over the years. I actually saw Raiders of the Lost Ark today for our Father's Day gift. It was the 45th anniversary of Raiders, and it was in the big screen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there with my wife, and she's going, "Isn't that Karen Allen? Yeah. Wasn't she here last year? Yeah."
Yeah, she
How
was.
old was she in this movie? 28. Oh, what? And I'm like, yeah, that's been the great fringe benefit of this job is I've got to interview Karen Allen. She's been at my show. Key Kwan, friend of mine, in Short Round for Indiana Jones Temple Doom. All these people over the years, it's like I never imagined in a million years that I'd ever meet these people, let alone actually have them on my phone, their phone numbers, their address. I could call them if I need to. So it's been a great gift, and I like sharing it with all the fans that show up year after year like yourself. And it'll keep going. I'll keep doing it. I mean, there's always more fandom. They keep making more Marvel movies and more DC comic movies. So every year I'm like, well, we got to get Michael Keaton here one day. We've got to get Danny DeVito here one day because he was the Penguin.
Yeah.
He was Batman. So, I mean, I have my checklist, too, of white whales, if you will say, that have to get here.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and if you're listening right now, and I mean, like I said, the people we've mentioned, this is a fraction of who Mitch is bringing in. So if you go to Terrificon.com, tickets are on sale for that. You can grab tickets. It's equidistant, more or less, from if you fly into Providence, Rhode Island, or if you fly into BDL Hartford. Little longer from Boston Logan, but not substantially. Those are the three major airports you fly in. You can stay right there at the Mohegan Sun, or there's plenty of other hotels. Links to those hotels are on the Terrificon website as well, so you can kind of plan your trip. And the Friends of Terrificon that you have, the Facebook group going, someone just recently asked for advice. And I think my best advice, if you go to Mitch's Con, pace yourself. There's so much to see and do.
I always know, I look at my phone where it counts your steps, and I can always tell when the show was just by looking at the step count, because suddenly I'll see, 50,000 steps. I'm like, what was that? And that was August. That was Terrificon, because we're just going back and forth. And you're right. There is a lot to see, because I try to make programming, panels, Q&A sessions, you name it, workshops now and then for people that want to get into the comic book industry and discover how to get an agent or how to write a story. We try to do a little bit of everything there. So it's like a 3-day fan fest. You meet your actors, you meet your artists, you go shopping, you buy stuff, you see some people in costume, but you can also learn a lot too from the community as well. And you meet a lot of friends. I know you've been coming for years now, and I know so many different podcaster and YouTubers and all these people that have made shows about the Terrificon over the years, and they have a little community where they get together like a family reunion every year. So it's fun to see it grow like that as well.
And before I let you go here, this is your 11th or 12th year?
11th year at Mohegan Sun. Okay. I've been doing these shows since 2012. So
wow, 14 years total, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. I'm just getting younger, right? Every time I look in the mirror, I don't know what's happening. The hair is turning white, but it should be turning dark again.
I know, you're like Benjamin Button. That's
yeah, right. Yeah. I wish I started this when I was 30. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do.
I mean, it's incredible. Just I've been there going since you had it at the Mohegan Sun. But I remember you talking. I remember John Wesley Shipp was talking about how he was one of your very first cons that started out very small and outgrew it quickly.
Yeah, he called me. He was filming a movie for the Sci-Fi Channel, and he was in the area. And I used to do a one-day show at a hotel, and that was it. And he said, "Oh, I'm John. I knew who he was. You're the Flash." And he showed up, and he did. He was my first ever media guest or actor, if you will. And it just went from there. And yeah, I mean, looking back over the years, we've had Val Kilmer, Billy D. Williams, Haley Atwell. A lot of folks. This year, we have Ron Perlman coming. Hellboy will be here as well. Forgot to mention him. But yeah, Dietrich Bader and Patrick Warburton. There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a big focus on animation this year. I've got reunions of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Pinky and the Brain, Rick and Morty. There's some other cartoon show. I can't even think of this. Oh, the Phineas and Ferb. I'm doing a lot of these cartoon reunions this year because I know there's a lot of animation fans out there. So that's a new thing.
Yeah, it's always great if you can get all 4 turtles together. That's always exciting to see. That cartoon I grew up watching, so I'm very excited. And again, if you're listening right now, Terrificon.com is the website. Tickets are still available, and you can get those there and check out all the cool people he's got. Because I guarantee if you're listening to this right now and you go to the website, there's going to be at least 5 or 6 people you're like, oh, I'd love to see that person. So this is your chance to go see those people. Mitch puts on a fantastic show. I'm always excited to talk to you and have you on, and always excited to show up at Terrificon in Uncasville, Connecticut. Just let people know, we told them about the website, social media handles, best places to keep up with the stuff going on at Terrificon other than the website.
You can go on Instagram. It's Terrificon_CT. CT stands for Connecticut. You go on Twitter or X, whatever it's called nowadays. It's Terrificon. And there's Blue Sky. We're on Blue Sky, whatever that is. There. Anything that's form of communication. I don't do the TikTok thing because I'm a 60-year-old man and I don't know how to do that stuff. But Facebook, you pretty much find us everywhere. And then we're on podcasts and YouTube shows, and you can't get enough of me. But James, you are the voice of Terrificon out in the Midwest. Whenever I tell people I'm going to be on the show out in St. Louis, they go, "Is that in Connecticut?" I go, "No, it's out in the Midwest." They go, "How do they know about you?" I go, "There's this nerd out there who won't stop talking about the show. Every year he shows up. Keep spreading the good word, buddy, because we do get people from everywhere, Australia, Germany. But when they say, "Oh, I heard about you on Geek Speak," I'm like, "Wait, what? Nerd? What are you talking about?" But you have a fan base, buddy. You should be charging for autographs and photo ops and selfies soon.
Usually people pay me to go away, so that's kind of where I'm at with stuff, but that's kind of you to say.
Oh, well, okay.
It's always a pleasure, and I look forward to it. Like I said, every year I'm so excited. My wife knows that. She's like, "Is this your Terrificon pile?" Because I'll start stacking up action figures and comic books, so she knows. Very excited to see you again here, and gosh, it's coming up in a little less than 2 months now.
Yeah, it's in 48 days. I have a countdown clock, so it keeps me busy. I know what's going on.
Well, I'll let you get going. Enjoy your Sunday. You can finish reading those comic books that we talked about, or if you're going to maybe turn in. We'll see.
No, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through my stack of books until my head finally falls down on top and I'm sleeping, dreaming about Batman and Superman. Sad,
worst things to dream about. Always we'll talk about that off air.
If Elle McPherson pops in one of those, I'm sure that'll be interesting.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, we're still on?
Well, that kind of has a Batman connection too with Elle McPherson. So,
yes, that's exactly what I was going for. Dave.
There you go. Mitch, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of the week.
You too, buddy. I'll see you soon.
All right, see you. Take care. There he goes, Mitch Hallock. Like I said, you need to check it out if you're a comic book fan. If you're a fan of the people we mentioned, he's got all these great animation guests, all these fantastic movie stars and TV guests, and then the comic book people. It's such a focus on the comic book creators, which is one of the things I really, really like about the con. Check it out, Terrificon.com. Tickets are available now, and hopefully I will see you there. If you see me, come up to me and say, hey, I heard your show, and I've got Geek to Me Radio stickers. I've got the Justice League Revisited stickers that the podcast Susan Eisenberg and I do. So at least, if nothing else, you'll go away with a sticker after you've met me. So that's something anyway. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to come right back in just a moment. We've got Chef Liz Schuster in studio talking about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That was hard to get all that out. Her event coming up on July 17th at Two Plumbers Arcade and Brewery. Tickets available for that. We'll give away a pair. You're listening to Geek to Me Radio on the Big 550. Please stand by.
There's a test of strength for Stomper 4x4s. The Stomper official competition pull set. Battery not included. A Stomper 4x4 and a match set of counterbalance, ramp, and weight box. Hitch up the truck and turn its motor on. You can put that four-wheel drive to the test and discover just how much power you're playing with. The Stomper official competition pull set comes with everything you see here.
Strawberry shortcake and each two are sweet. Their pretend kisses make kissing a treat. Each sold separately.
Baby strawberry shortcake, give your mommy a kiss. I love you, baby orange blossom.
When you squeeze their tummies, they blow sweet-scented make-believe kisses.
Delicious, baby angel cake. Time to get ready for your nap. Don't you just love them to pieces?
Baby strawberry shortcake and baby orange blossom and baby angel cake, each sold separately.
GoBots, and you control their every move. Behold, 5-4, Copter, Turbo, and Side Hill. The GoBot invasion has begun. GoBot from Tonka.
Stomper SSE Super Cycles. Cycles with the speed you power with a quick pull of the ripcord. You can race them with a friend.
This is Ed Asner, and you're listening to Geek to Me Radio. I can't tell you how exhausting it's been humoring this geek. He is terribly costly and time-consuming. I ask for mercy, and there is none to be had with this geek.
I think he liked me. I'm just going to say Ed Asner liked me. Want to make sure we tell you about our brand new sponsor, HW Kia of West County. If you are looking to get a new car or maybe a pre-owned car, check them out, 14116 Manchester Road in Manchester, Missouri. Great place to get a car. Darren is the owner and runs the place, and it is amazing. He just is very easy to work with. If you're looking to get financing for a car, but you're worried about it, let him know. He will find a way to get you finance for the car. Like I said, if you want a brand new car, he's got a selection of used cars as well. His service department is incredible. You can check out the website, hwkia.com, and then look on the West County link, 14116 Manchester Road. If you're looking to sell a car, I've sold him 2 cars already now, and I go in there. He's super fair. I say, here's what the Kelly Blue Book value is. Could you do this? He's either like, yeah, sure, no problem. And it's a quick, effective turnaround time. He just gets you the check right there. So if you're looking to sell a car, he's the guy to go to. Fairest prices in St. Louis if you want to get good money for your used car. And then he's got used cars that he will sell there as well. So a new car, used car, service center, whatever it is you're looking for. Darren is fantastic, a great guy. He'll give out his personal cell phone number to you. If there's any issues, you're calling his personal cell phone number. Very few owners will do that kind of thing, but that's the kind of guy Darren is. Again, HW Kia of West County, 636-591-2900, or go see him on Manchester Road, 14116 Manchester Road in Manchester, Missouri. Tell him you heard about it on Geek to Me Radio. Joined in studio by Chef Liz Schuster of Tenacious Eats. How are you?
I'm good, James. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thanks for coming out. You've been so busy lately. I feel bad dragging you out to the studio now.
Do I look like I've been dragged?
You don't,
Yeah,
but I mean,
okay.
I always assume,
That I've been dragged somewhere?
that I'm the one dragging people. That's why I just assume. But no, I appreciate you coming in. And we just talked to Mitch. He's doing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reunion with all the animated voice cast. So he's got Rob Paulson and Townsend Coleman. But you're doing the movie, the 1990. And I know Joey V, is it your favorite movie? No, your favorite movie is RoboCop, but this is up there.
I would say Ninja Turtles 1990 is the movie I've seen the most in my entire life. And for the longest time, I watched it on VHS. And then I got a giant TV and I watched it again for the first time, it felt like, on Paramount Plus. And it was in like 4K resolution. And it was like watching the movie in a different way. And now getting to eat along with it is going to be like experiencing it all over again.
I thought this was going to be a really hard film to attempt because I'm in love with the movie too. I like how dark and gritty it is. There are a lot of shadows, and like seeing it in even the movie theater or VHS and then seeing it now, it's like I see all these details that I missed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, whoa, I never saw that before. Maybe it's because I was watching it on an old screen and VHS, and it's like, oh my gosh, I never noticed that. I sat down and I wrote the menu in one sitting.
Wow.
Yeah, and usually, like, I did that with Monty Python. I did that with Gremlins, but it's been a while since I've been able to do that in one sitting. But this was easy. I mean, the every single thing they say has food involved.
And for those of you who are listening right now, I was about to send them to the website. You said brown paper tickets is no longer
It's no longer.
Okay.
Yeah, they went poof like a brown bag in the wind. They're gone. Yeah, unfortunately. We were with them for a long time.
Yeah.
Now we're at events.com.
Events.com.
But
okay.
if you go to our website, which is stltenaciouseats.com, our ticket link is there.
Okay, stltenaciouseats.com. And if you're listening right now and you're like, boy, you know what? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990 is also my favorite movie. Chef Liz has said we can give away a pair of tickets. So what we're going to do, let's do the first caller who can tell me which one of the turtles wears the purple mask. So you got blue, red, orange, and purple. Which one of the turtles wears the purple mask? First person to call on the KTRS lines at 314-931-5877, I believe. First person to call with that answer will give away a pair of tickets to go see the show on July 17th at Two Plumbers. This is the second show you've done now at Two Plumbers.
We love Two Plumbers.
Who doesn't?
And I was rewatching the film and I went, oh my gosh, the really naughty kids are hanging out in this arcade, which I would love to hang out there and smoke again like it's the 90s, right? And those kids were smoking and drinking. Can you imagine releasing that movie now?
None
for
of those
little kids.
None of that vaping stuff in the 90s. You know, people were actually smoking.
These kids have Marlboros. They're, they're hanging out. They've got an indoor skateboard park inside. It's like really twisted. I think even Jim Henson, I thought I saw an interview with him. He wasn't wild about the storyline.
Really?
He thought it was a little too dark because he did Shredder. He did all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So, I love Jim Henson, but it is dark.
It's got a dark, yeah. I mean, it's not your bright, colorful 85 cartoon.
That's probably why I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, sometimes it's hard for me because I wasn't wild about it on first viewing because it's like, I like the animation form better. Same with Transformers, but this is much better than the Michael Bay Transformers, to be clear. But when you take something you're used to it in animation, it's hard to see it in live action sometimes. But they did a great job in retrospect when you look back at it because the film holds up fairly well.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And you can see the detail work done in the film. Like now that I'm watching it in 4K, I can see sweat on the turtles. If you've noticed that, someone was making sure those details were there because you could see the condensation, like they're sweating, they're exhausted. I loved it. I love when they do the Shredder backstory. I thought it is dark. It's done. It's told, I think, in closest to the comic book story they could in live action.
Yeah, and the Kevin Eastman, who's one of the co-creators of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I think if I remember correctly, there was an interview that he did with Comic Beats, and he said the first one is his favorite of the movies they put out.
You didn't like the Vanilla Ice part?
I'm fine. This is just Kevin Eastman, what he has to say. But I know that the second one was Secrets of the Ooze, and that's Francois Chow was Shredder in that one. We've actually had Francois Chow on the show because I was excited. I'm like, I wonder if we had Shredder, and we had the second Shredder. James Sato plays him in the first one.
I'm excited about showing this, and I really messed up my time period on this. I was actually doing an interview last week talking about the movie, and I went, it was 26 years ago the film came out, and then I was corrected, and they're like, no, that's 36 years.
Welcome to my world. I always haven't someone pointed out that next year Tom Cruise's Minority Report turns 25. I'm like,
gosh.
That doesn't seem possible. That seems like it came out 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's just how weird. I'm not sure if it's because of COVID or it's because we actually rolled over a new century in 2000. Maybe that was it. Maybe people born in 1920 didn't have this issue with time. But
I think there was a glitch in the Matrix about year 2000 when we were all getting ready. The whole Y2K scare was Gen X's reboot.
Maybe that was it.
That's what screws up our time continual.
That very well could be.
Yeah, that's why our brains are like, what? That wasn't 25 years ago.
One of the things I do like about you having this event at Two Plumbers is because they have that wood-fired pizza oven that they just installed. I don't think it's been maybe a year and a half since they had that installed. But pizza, obviously, when people think of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, pizza. So obviously that was going to be a course.
Well, obviously, I mean, I love to collaborate with other restaurants, other chefs, other mixologists. And talking with Katie and Rob, the owners of Two Plumbers, they were all over it. They were excited about making the first course in our menu. It's, pizza's got to be right out of the gate because they're ordering pizza from underground, which blew my mind because they used a fractional address for a pizza delivery. And I'm like, did they steal this for Hogwarts? Was that stolen?
This predates Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Though, so,
see, I'm like,
J.K. Rowling stole it from Turtles.
Yeah. I'm just saying. We're excited to do this there because I couldn't think of anything else that fit. They also have an original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video game.
That's right.
At the arcade, which I got to check out the other day. I was so excited. My job's so hard, right?
Beer tasting, video game research.
I know.
It's the worst.
It's the worst.
I don't know how you deal with it, honestly.
But we're really excited also because not only does this, does the venue fit the film genre, with the video games, but Katie's so cool, Rob's so cool. They're letting our guests play for free for over an hour before the film starts. Yeah. It's like an hour and what is it? Almost an hour and a half.
The doors open at 6, right?
Yeah.
And then the movie starts at
7. So it's an hour.
Okay, yeah.
A free gameplay. I mean, the last film we did with them, The Never-Ending Story, we couldn't get people back in their seats.
Like, all right, come on, people, let's go. We had to switch the games off if you don't go back to your seats.
And we did, didn't we? We had to turn them off, to get them back. At intermission, we have a big surprise that we really can't share. I haven't shared it with you yet.
Ooh, I don't even know this surprise.
Huge. I haven't shared it with you yet. So we have something really special that's going to happen during intermission.
Interesting.
I don't like telling people.
Oh no, you want to be some surprises. That's good.
Yeah, I can give you a hint. It's someone not in a purple mask.
Okay, someone not in a purple mask.
Mm-hmm.
So Batman's showing up.
Batman is coming.
Excellent. And again, if you didn't read that Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover, it was brilliant. If you got to read that from IDW, it was so good.
We're like, I don't, you know what I mean? When we tell our guests everything that's going to happen, when it's going to happen, right. It's like, wah, wah.
Yeah, you kind of want there to be some surprises. I like it. We have, all right, so we didn't get a call, but we did get a text from Steve Holman says Donatello. That is the correct answer, but you didn't phrase it in the form of a question, so I'm kidding. No, that's fine. Steve Holman, Donatello is correct, so if you would like those 2 tickets to go see the Tenacious event on July the 17th at 2 Plumbers. Doors open at 6 o'clock with free gameplay for an hour. So I will, if you're following Geek to Me Radio, I will text you to get your information so that we can make sure you have those tickets waiting for you at the door. So thank you very much for listening, Steve Holman. I appreciate it. The other items on the menu, because obviously the menu, you don't want to surprise people with that because people have to know, and you're very good about this option. We'll do a gluten-free option for this and everything like that. So the menu can't be a surprise, but it's always impressive. Talk a little bit about the menu for this one.
Well, again, for me, this was super easy to write. We're going to start off with Donatello's pizza order. And diehard fans, like before I even put up what the menu was, I think you saw the comments on Instagram. It was like, pizza. I'm sure there's pizza. Is it going to be Donatello's order? How are you guys going to do that? So it is the exact same order that he places on a payphone, kids. That's a thing we had back in the day where you'd pick it up, put change in, and make a call. Second course is radical. It's pork gyoza. It's like a pot sticker, but the ooze I'm making is made with a green yuzu and scallion coulis. So a little zippy, a little acid forward. Third course is the scene where they're in the kitchen and, gosh, I don't want to give too much away, where he's like, fight, kitchen, pork rind. So it's we're making a Japanese curried chicken and udon noodle with a pork rind topping on the top for a little crunch. And we're doing 6 courses, by the way, this time.
I saw that because Joey V was giving me trouble because I had when I sent him the picture, I accidentally cut off the dessert course. And his one true Erica got very upset because they didn't have the dessert course listed.
Well, Chef Steve, my partner in crime, husband, pastry chef, he always really feels like he has to step it up for the dessert. So this one's going to be insane, where there's a fight scene I'm sure everybody's familiar with if you're a big fan of the film. It's a California roll we're serving. And then after that, there's a scene where they go back to the home base and there's a moldy pizza on the counter. And I think the phrase in the film is, do you like penicillin on your pizza? We're making these tiny little pizza rolls, but they're going to be blue cheese, steak, shallot, and then they're going to be in a pho demi-glace.
Oh.
So a little, my version of a pizza roll. And then the dessert is Shell Shock the Shredder. It's a matcha tea cheesecake with a chocolate turtle ganache. So I think this is going to be fun. I'm excited.
So.
Yeah.
I think so. And if you're listening, we will have those. We'll have a link to the website in the show notes. If you scroll down at the bottom of the page, STL Tenacious Eats, and you can get tickets for that. Tickets are still available?
Tickets are available. And also, if you didn't get to win a couple of tickets tonight, we have a discount code.
Oh.
So if you go to events.com or go to our website, stltenaciousEats.com, and type in Bossa Nova, all one word. The N in Nova is capitalized. It is case sensitive, and you get a nice discount on your tickets. Yeah.
So there's your chance to do that. Really quick, before we take this quick commercial break, I want to make sure we tell you about, since we're talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and comics with Mitch Hallock on, we'll make sure we talk to you about Bugs Comics and Games. If you are wanting to get into there, maybe you want to get the new Supergirl comics and find out what this movie is going to be about because it doesn't look like your Supergirl or what you're used to thinking of Supergirl. Larry's got copies of this book in there that's kind of based on what this movie is going to be about, so you can go in and ask for that. If you're not a Supergirl fan, maybe you're a Marvel fan, you want to make sure you get Amazing Spider-Man number 1000 that's been creating a bunch of hubbub on the internet now. You can pre-order that. Go in and talk to him, say, hey, I'm looking for this comic. He'll probably have it for you in his back issues, new issues every single Wednesday. You can buy backboards and you can buy bags, you can buy toys. He's got all sorts of stuff in the shop. And I always say it's not a real comic book store if they don't have back issues. He's got back issues galore, 50-cent box, $1 box, $2 box, $5 box, regular price back issues. And then he's obviously got the ones on the wall and in the case if you're wanting to maybe fill a certain hole in your golden age or silver age comic book collection. He's got a lot of inventory to pick. And if you don't see it, ask him because probably he can source it for you or he might even have it as a duplicate in his own collection at home. He can bring it in for you. He's done that before for a customer that I've seen. If you're looking to sell your collection, he's going to give you a really fair price for that too, so you can go in and talk to him. He's on Bryan Road in O'Fallon, Missouri, so make sure you check him out on Instagram and Facebook as well. Bugs, Comics, and Games. Very proud to have them as the official comic book sponsor on Geek to Me Radio. We are going to take a very, very quick commercial break. We're going to come right back in just a moment, and Joey V is going to give a review of Toy Story 5. You're listening to Geek to Me Radio on the Big 550. Please stand by.
So's my friend Gooseberry.
Strawberry shortcake, you're a real party pleaser.
Thank you, Katie. It's because my party guests are easy to please.
New party pleaser Strawberry shortcake and all her party pleaser friends are more fun than a party, each sold separately.
Of course, the world's fastest train is taking off. Super Turbo Train with Daredevil Jump travels in scale beyond the speed of sound. So fast, it races up a wall and even upside down. So fast, it makes the incredible Daredevil Jump and keeps on going. There's nothing else like it. Take control of the fastest.
This is Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman. You're listening to Geek to Me Radio.
Let me tell you about our premier sponsor, the Greater St. Charles Convention and Visitors Bureau. You might know the website, discoverstcharles.com. They've been with me since the beginning. In August, it will be 10 years that Geek to Me Radio has been on the airwaves in St. Louis. It boggles my mind, too, how this has happened. But nonetheless, 10 years, and City of St. Charles has been with me ever since. It's one of the reasons I decided to hold my Comic-Con, Two Rivers Comic-Con, in historic St. Charles. Not only is it a fantastic place to visit, we always get the best reviews from people who are like, this is such a cool thing. Susan Eisenberg has said, it's like you're stepping into a Hallmark movie when you go here. Dan Reba, who listens to the show, has been a guest for the last 2 years I've had the con. He told me, he said, I hear you do these live reads. You've undersold this place. It's amazing. So if you've not made the trip over there lately, what are you waiting for? It's beautiful weather out. We're in the start of summer now. You can rent a bike at Bike Stop Cafe and bike ride the Katy Trail, go throw the Frisbee around, take a walk on the cobblestone streets, grab some fantastic food, and pop into all the cool shops like First Capital Trading Inc. or the Cozy Shop. Get some macarons from Sugar and Slice. Maybe have a bourbon for breakfast at Novellis, or pop into the Main Street Arcade and Soda Museum and browse there and play games for hours on end. There's always something to do in St. Charles, always something going on. Check out the website, plan your trip there, whether you're out of town like Mitch on the East Coast, or maybe you're here locally like Chef Liz and I and Joey want to check out. They just haven't been there for a while. Use the website, start your trip there, discoverstcharles.com. As we always say, it's an historically good time. And now I'm so horrible, I've left you only a minute for your Toy Story 5 review, but what were your thoughts?
Well, Toy Story 5, you got Bonnie, so don't worry about Andy and Sid. They're long dead, probably. They're hanging out with, Jim Varney, Slinky Dog, and Mr. Potato Head, Don Rickles. They're all dead.
Oh.
So it's just Bonnie, and she gets a new tablet, and she gets a little cyberbullied, and it's so emotionally draining, this movie. It made me cry happy tears. It made me cry sad tears.
Oh, my gosh.
One of the best times I've had at the theater in a while, and I gave it a 4.5 out of 5.
Wow.
It's going to get to $1 billion probably within 3 weeks. It's already made its $250 million budget back. It's already at $300 million for this weekend worldwide. And it's actually the second most expensive animated movie ever after Tangled. So It's crazy how much thought they've put into this. They brought the series back. If you didn't like 4, it doesn't matter. They kind of just gloss over 4. 4 doesn't matter anymore. And 5, they come back, and I think any kid will see this and immediately feel love for their common man, be friendlier to other people. They'll think about screen time a little bit and not want to use their tablets anymore, go back to real playtime. And it really spoke to me as someone who saw the first movie in 1995. I was 10 years old. I've lived with these characters my whole life. They still sound the same, basically, because voice actors, they never age. And it's just fun to be back with these guys. I definitely recommend seeing Toy Story 5.
Wow, so they just pretend 4 doesn't happen. It's like the Halloween movies. They just pretend, well, this one didn't really happen. We're pretending that's not part of the... That's impressive.
Yeah, I think it's a big emotional goodbye to Woody at the end of 4, and then he comes right back in 5. Like, hey, what's up, guys? You miss me? And, don't worry about that.
Well, I was kind of wondering about that because I know 4 was not well received.
Suspension of disbelief.
I guess
pretend like they're all dead.
Yeah, there you go. Well, thank you for the review. I will review Death of Robin Hood and Supergirl next week. We just ran out of time. So thank you to all of you who listened today. Thank you to Mitch Hallock. Terrificon.com is the website. Thank you to Chef Liz of Tenacious Eats.
Love you, Chef Liz.
STL Tenacious Eats is the website for that. Those tickets are still available for the July 17th Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles event at 2 Plumbers. Make sure you pick those up. And I think that's going to do it. Thank you to all of you who listen. Thank you, Joe Sturdy in the text message. Hello to you. Mark Childs, hello to you. Steve Holman, congratulations. And I'm sorry if I missed anybody else, but thank you all for listening. Until next week, my friends.
That's our show. This is Geek to Me Radio.
Thank you, Disney World. Good night.
ABC News, I'm Wayne Cabot. After earlier walking out of the talks, Iran now reporting